Iris is the newest restaurant at Juniper Preserve, and after months of planning, it's here to serve Central Oregon.
We needed a change, so I think that was part of our transformation in our dishes, was to kind of keep things clean, light, and simple.
A fire back in April of 2023 forced the resort to change directions.
So then what we did was basically we took that year to challenge ourselves, do a little R&D, and see what can we do to improve on our menu, our techniques, our skills, our team, and kind of use that opportunity to elevate everything that we currently have going on.
Now Iris is whipping up creative dishes in the kitchen.
We are cooking up one of your proteins. So what do we have today?
We have a Culver duck here.
All right.
Which is brought here from Indiana.
Tell me how we get started.
As you can tell, there's no flame at all.
Right.
I'm gonna throw the duck, both breasts, in here.
You put it skin down.
Skin down, always
right.
Skin down.
And now you're turning it up to what, high heat?
Yep.
Okay.
So usually from there, I'll probably turn it up to medium high.
As it cooks in the pan, the fat is rendered out and becomes liquefied.
Wow, okay, so now you're cooking the inside, which is more of that like lean meat.
Yep.
Okay. And then you've got what, garlic?
I got garlic, a little aromatic here, so I usually get a little thyme and rosemary, and then kind of slowly start basting the duck. So all those aromatics, you can kind of slowly start to smell them kind of up here in the smoke.
Once you pull it from the heat, it's time to let it rest. At Iris, the duck is paired with whipped sweet potatoes.
So tell me how you make your sweet potatoes.
So basically, just like regular mashed potatoes, and we made a little amaranth cream on the side, and then add a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg, kind of mix those together. You know, you don't have to do too much to it. So once we've piped in our sweet potato puree into the cast iron, we have these sweet parsnip chips.
Parsnip chips, yeah, those are fun. Adds a nice texture to it.
And I think parsnips are an underutilized vegetable, so we're trying to incorporate seasonal things here. Here's some of our candied pecans, so kind of sprinkle that around there. Provides a little crunch. A little of our fiend herbs here, just to add some of that color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, that's a beautiful color.
Then from there, we go to slicing our duck. So after the duck has been resting for, 5-ish minutes, so now when we go to carve it up and put it on our board, you're not just sitting in there a pool of fat and liquid.
Some of the dishes can be unique finds in Central Oregon.
So now we have this finished product in front of us. What would you say is kind of a takeaway from somebody as I go to take a bite?
It's a chance for us to kind of show that we can, cook it with technique, cook it with love, and it could come out to where everybody will enjoy it.
And that simplicity of it too. I mean, you're not overwhelmed with gravy or some odd sauce in it, or have it on a bed of sauce that would be overwhelming.
We just got to keep it simple, cook with love, and it will show itself on a plate.
The elevated menu is fun to explore, from specialty proteins to shareable plates.
Who doesn't like brie when you heat it up and it's just melting and oozing that cheese out of
when I cut
the
into
rind?
it, I was like,
It's so good.
Yeah.
So then you hit it there with a little tartness from that Granny Smith, and then you have that bite from the cranberry compote, and you got a little crunch here. So we made prosciutto chips.
Right, what's up? Yeah, prosciutto chip.
Everybody always puts prosciutto just kind of wrapped up and piled up on a board.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things that we've been trying with was what happens to prosciutto when you dehydrate it. It essentially sucks all that moisture out of it and crisps it up and turns it into a chip.
The team at Iris is continuously making dishes to delight and desserts to devour.
This last year allowed not only myself, but Joanna herself to work on her desserts, to see if we can come up with something new, to be more creative.
Describe to me what's in this over here.
So this right here is an olive oil sponge cake. The trick of that is the olive oil itself actually helps a dense cake kind of soften up and moisten up a little bit, and kind of makes it a little bit more tender. So that's what olive oil is, a great touch to any cake. And then it's obviously super citrusy forward.
And I like that idea too. I mean, for coming out just for desserts and some cocktails.
We have been trying to change the perception on this property, and I'm happy at where we're getting.
You can find Iris at Juniper Preserve off Pronghorn Club Drive. For another edition of Taste This, I'm Emily Kirk.